What's happening, traders? Welcome back to another video. So we're here on NAS100 and we've got a fairly interesting area to look at. Two interesting areas, in fact. So first off, we've got this area down here. So this is a 15-minute demand zone, which has pushed price up. We have broken structure just slightly to the left here. Okay, we've got these closures above these highs. So we're now in a new minor upward trend. If we go to the 2-hour chart, we can see that we've got a really nice looking supply zone, which price has visited already, but we haven't visited everything that I feel that price wants to in the zone. So my bias for this trade, or two trades, is on the 5-minute chart. We can see that we've got this demand zone, the starting area here, and this is the most extreme fair value gap, which I've marked out here in this box. So what I'm going to look for is price to come down to take out this gap. Once we've taken out this gap, I'm then going to look for our entry. Once we get that entry, I'm going to go up to target the highs of here and potentially even take out these fair value gaps in the 2-hour supply zone, and then from there we can potentially look for sells. So if we go to this area, we can see that we have now created a new downward trend on the 2-hour chart after being in an upward trend on the 2-hour chart. So this is a new higher high, a new higher low, and then this is a new lower low, and then this is a breaker structure or change of character breaking this new higher low, making a new lower low here, if that makes sense. So we're going to be patient here and wait to see if we can get a entry here to look for price to come up to here. Once we come up to here, then we can look for sales going down to take out this area and then potentially come down to this demand zone here, which has created a large amount of buying pressure, and take out these fair value gaps below. So that's kind of the plan, and yeah, we're just going to wait to see if we can get this entry, and we'll come back when we have some more information. Okay guys, in the last about a minute or so, this candle has pushed down. We flipped bearish and we've just come into the zone. We haven't yet taken out the zone, and we're going to wait for price to completely take the zone out, and that is actually down to here. So I'm just going to change it up, because this candle, there we go, we've just taken it out there. You can see we've just crossed into that zone. So now what we're going to be looking for is price to give a reversal. Now if we go down to here, we do in fact have a minor one here. Okay, now I'm not 100% too worried about that. If we do get our entry signal, I'm going to take the trade. This is so minor that potentially on a different chart this has already been taken out, but we'll see. So basically now we're just going to wait and look for our entry. Our entry is a break of a candle high. So this candle will currently have to break this candle's high to enter. So ideally we want this candle to sort of hover around here, wait for the next one to open, potentially push down, and then come up and break this high. So we're going to be patient, keep on watching, and we'll come back in a minute. Alright guys, so we got about 35 seconds left on this candle. So we're hoping it's looking good. It's kind of just hovering. We haven't had any major pushes down. We will be closing bullish, which is always a good sign. And also we haven't sort of dropped down, created a crazy candle or anything like that. It's 6 minutes away from the New York Open, not the New York Stock Exchange Open. That's at 2:30. New York Stock Exchange Open usually gives a little bit more volatility than the Open. What have we got here? We've got no high interest news for the no high impact news for the US dollar today, which is good. So new candles open. So basically we're just going to wait for this candle, hopefully to break this candle's high up here. If it doesn't, then we don't enter, and we just wait to see what price does, and we eventually wait to see if we can get that break of a candle high. And then if we do, then we'll be going in for the trade. So we're going to be patient here. Another ideal situation that could play out is that this doesn't break the candle's high, and we do come down, take out this area, and then we look to we get a break of a candle high down here somewhere, because then we can have quite a small stop loss. Now right now, if we were to break this candle's high, I'm probably going to have my stop below the zone, and then we're going to look for target up to here and potentially up to here. So you can see that's quite a large stop. If we were to get a break down here, it's about half, even more than half of the size. So either way, we will enter the trade, but we will just got to be patient and see what happens. Alright then guys, just jumping back in, you can see price has literally just tipped out that last fair value gap down here on that 1 minute, and is now reversing from the area, which is nice to see. So this just again shows the importance of these gaps, and that price does want to come down here. Now this isn't to say that this area is going to hold. We could break out below these lows here and close below these lows, and therefore then it would be a bit of a difficult one for me to take a trade. I probably won't, but if we can now push up from here after taking out this small little fair value gap and then get our entry signal, then we'll be going for the buy. The next candle, which is in 1 minute and 10 seconds time, will have to break this candle's high, or it will be the one after that. So we're going to be waiting for another 10-15 minutes, or of course this candle could push quite bearish now and close below the zone, at which point we'll have to probably abandon the trade and reevaluate and potentially look for other zones for the reversal. So let's see how it goes. Okay guys, the new candle's opened. It's pushed bearish, but now pushing bullish. So for us to get an entry, we'd have to break the rate of this candle high here. This is the New York this is the New York Open. Okay, so there's always a bit of volatility at 130. We don't have any high impact news, so we'll just have to see how this goes. I'm not expecting a huge push in price. Hopefully we can stay closed here and potentially push up. If we do get a break above this high, as I say, then that will be our entry. Or we've got to wait 4 minutes for the next candle and see how that goes. So we're just going to keep patient, watch this, and come back in a minute. Okay guys, so we've got a pretty interesting thing going on. Price has pushed down below the zone. We've got 45 seconds left. There was an opportunity there for price to still close in the zone. Now if this bar here does close in this blue box, then the area is still valid. If we close below, then it's no longer valid. It's looking like it's probably not going to be valid. So what I've done now is we're going to look to see if price can come down to this 15-minute demand zone. This 15-minute demand zone down here, as you can see, has pushed up price quite nicely. It also, you can see from here on the 30-minute, it's pushed up price quite nicely. I am expecting price to come back up to visit this area because it's the only fair value gaps left. There may be a couple in this area here, but they're not so much interested about that. This is the main supply zone. So we're going to see if price can push down, which I think it is. The 5-minute candle closes now in the zone. So let's see if we can take this out, and then potentially we can look for buys, which is going to give us a longer trade and a longer target anyway, so it's not all bad. So yeah, this area now is invalid. That's fine. So we're going to adapt to the market and see how this goes. If we can come down here, take out these areas and look for our buy, then we'll be going for it. So we'll come back in a bit. Alright guys, so you can see this candle here, the new 5-minute candle, is just taking out this large fair value gap here. We still have this very minor one down on the 1 minute. Now if I show you this one, it is super minor. It's just here between the bottom of this low and the top of this high here. So we're going to be potentially taking a trade if we get a break of a candle high on the next candle, which is in 1 minute and 20 seconds time. So if we can close with this nice big wick as well, that's going to be quite nice to show that there is a bullish movement from the zone. We still do have these areas up here, which I think price will want to come to before we can then potentially look for a longer term downside trade. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, again, just wait and see. Trading's 80% waiting, 20% doing stuff. So let's see how it goes. Good bullish movement right now, which is good to see. 45 seconds. So come back when the next one closes. Okay guys, so the new candle's open. We haven't broken this high yet, so we're looking for price to come up above this high. I'd like price to give us a little bit more of a downside wick before flipping bullish and breaking that high. So we're just going to be patient and wait to see what happens. 15-minute is also looking like a strong rejection. So we're just going to sit here and see what happens. Just going to get everything ready. We haven't made a high break yet. If we go zoom right in, you can see still about a pip away or so. But if we do get that break, then that's our signal. Again, we do still have this very minor extreme fair value gap down here. Price may come down and take it out, and that would be great. Or we might get this bullish movement we want, and that counts as a break. so we're in the trade. I'm going to have my stop loss below this wicked area. And we're going to go for our target of breaking new highs, potentially up to here. So I'm going to go just below. There we go. Stop losses at, go for 30, get a round number. First full TP is at 574. There we go. And our first TP will be at our 1-to-1 just here. There we go. And 574 is there. Okay. Now we wait. Okay guys, so jumping back in, I decided to move the stop because bearish momentum was looking strong. So we put the stop below the zone now. I can show you just on the screen here that we are still in the trade and it's still activated. We didn't get stopped out. I moved it beforehand. Just didn't have the recording on, so we're just going to wait and see if we can now take out this gap. And if we do take out this gap and then get a second entry, we'll enter that and then potentially profit up back through the stop loss, and we'll have two positions running. So we're just coming down now, as you can see, to that final fair value gap. Yeah, that kind of teaches me to be a little bit more patient with the... That is really pushing down. Let's see what happens. Can we get a push back up now? Got 1 minute and 16 seconds left on this candle. We've gone all the way down. We've also taken out anything that was down here. Price is pushing back up. 1 minute left on this candle now. Right, let's see how we play out. Flipping bullish now, which is a good sign. I like to see that. Another ideal situation is in the next 30 seconds. This candle closes in around where it is now, or bullish, and then we get a break of that candle's high after that big wick down, taking out that gap, and then we can enter a second position, which will then help cover some of the losses in that area, and we can profit up to break even, and then both of them can profit on the way up from there. So staying patient. We've got 6 seconds left on the 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna have a new candle in a second. I'd like it to flip bearish and then bullish. We've gone bullish, then maybe going bearish. So let's see how this goes. Nice big bearish candle. That will be a bigger wick, bigger bearish wick than bullish wick, which is what we want to see. Okay, I'm going to come back when we got a little bit more action, if we get a break above here or if we get stopped out. Okay guys, so we just got another break, so we've entered our second position. Oh, got a little bit of a crazy move there, but it's okay, we're still going. Stop loss for the second position is in the same as the first, and our full TP for that will be at our TP1 up there. Alright, okay, so both positions are running now. This is what we should have probably waited for in the first place, and this is my fault for being a little bit hasty. We should have waited for this to come out, and this would have been the entry of our first position and overall position. Still would have been risking about the same. Obviously, this one is a lot higher, so we're going to wait to see. The second position is now in profit, and we're going to be looking for price to come up to the top here. Now, if we can get this to continue up to the upside, it's going to be fantastic, but we'll just have to wait and see. So we'll come back when we got some more information. Okay guys, so just jumping in here on the 1 minute chart, I just wanted to show you something that's quite interesting. So as you can see on the 1 minute chart, we've been in this lower trend, which has taken us down to take out these gaps. We've recently had a change in the character of the trend. Now you can see we've had a new lower low, new lower high, a new lower low. Okay, well, new lower low here, but there is a bit of a change of character here with a fair value gap. This area has, prices come back into this area and has actually held price up, pushing price back up. Now I'd like to see price break above these highs again, obviously, because that pushes us back into more profit, but this is a good example of sort of like a smart money concept sort of thing, where we've got this fair value gap within here, prices then reacted off here, and then we've pushed up. So still looking positive, although we are currently, in drawdown. So let's see how it goes, and we're just about to get a 15-minute close on this candle in about 1 minute's time. Now obviously if we can get a break of this candle's high on the 15-minute, then we're going to be really in good stead for potential more price movement up. So let's see how it goes for the next minute and a half or so, and we'll come back in a minute. This is going to be a long video. Okay guys, so the 15-minute candle was just broken this candle's high now, which is a good sign. Okay, that is an entry on the 15-minute from this 15-minute demand zone. So that's another confluence that price is going to want to continue to push up. So that second position now is in a nice bit of profit there. We need this other position to come back above, and then if we can get to that first TP, that's going to be sweet. Yeah, this position actually is going to be closed out completely there, and then we'll let the other one run after that with 80% taken out there. So we're still going, and we'll have to see how this goes in a minute. Let's keep it rocking, baby. Okay guys, so we're still in this trade. As you can see, we're still in a bit of drawdown. This one's been really playing with the emotions a little bit, because we have had, a pullback down. We're now pushing back up, and yeah, basically just trying to stay patient, stay clear-headed, continue with the analysis. We did come back up to break even and get a full bit of profit up here on both trades, but we then pulled back. We've had just a little bit of a liquidity grab below this low here now, which is kind of good. With this candle pushing up, we've got 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle, and ideally I'd like price to continue up. I'm going to look at what happens when we get to around here, this top of this candle wick here, and hopefully potentially look for some partials, just to basically just cover my back. It's been a very difficult, not difficult trade, but it's just been a long trade, longer than I would normally do. But we're happy with the analysis still, and we're just going to hold on tight, and we're still in for the ride. So we'll come back in a bit, and hopefully we've got a little bit more info and a little bit more profit. So see you in a sec. Alright guys, so jumping back in, and we have hit first TP. Second trade has now hit full TP. First trade has now hit first TP, and we're going to take 80% and leave 20% left running, hopefully up to our full TP. That was quite the trade. We nearly got stopped out down here. As you can see, we had that live, held our breath for a moment, but price then pushed back up. We took out that fair value gap, and then we had a break on our 15-minute, which we entered the second, the second break of the 5-minute candle high. The first one was here, second one was here, so we entered on this one on the 5-minute, and then we had a bit of a mess around. Price came down again. We made some equal lows, and then prices pushed up, hit our first TP, and I'm very happy with that, as that has been quite the trade. So I'm going to leave the video there. I'll post the result of this on my Instagram, and yeah, very happy with that. One thing I have learned from this trade, as I learn every day from every time I trade, is just wait for that fair value gap to get taken. We could have literally gone through less stress by waiting. Now, it is one of my rules to wait for this gap down here. Why I didn't do it today, I don't know. But that's just something that that happened, and it did play out in the end, but we just went through a little bit more stress than we needed to, but actually in the end we did make some more profit because we added a second position. So all good, happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, give the video a like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.